Habari Gani. Welcome to these introductory videos to the celebration of Kwanzaa. Uh, Kwanzaa comes from a longer phrase, Matunda ya Kwanzaa, meaning first fruits. Kwanzaa is an African American and Pan-African celebration of community and culture. Its founder, its creator is Maulana Karenga, and he created it in 1966 after the Watts uprising. That is an uprising that happened in California. I'll let you look that up for yourself. Kwanzaa, therefore, did not originate in Africa. Instead, it's a collection of rituals, customs, and activities common across the 54 countries that make up the continent of Africa. On day one, we celebrate Umoja, which means unity in English. And we light the first candle, which is the black candle that is always in the middle. My kinara or candle holder is a circle, so it's right there in the middle. So whenever you come to a Kwanzaa celebration, you're going to hear people say Habari Gani, and your response should be whatever principle is celebrated that day. So day one, you would say Umoja, Umoja, spelled U-M-O-J-A, pronounced Umoja. And somewhere in the beginning of the evening, they would light the first candle, and they would pour a libation into the unity cup and talk about those that came before us. Mention the names of their family members that have passed on or the older generation. And I always like to say this little phrase or a little saying that I made up. We welcome the ancestors whose blood flows through our veins, upon whose shoulders we stand, and whose vision we fulfill. And begin to name some of the ancestors, like Margaret Amara Brown, George Russell Brown, Sarah Noble, Lipton Wenham. These are some of my ancestors that have passed on. And their strength is my strength. The story is my story. And so we celebrate them and we invite them and we remember them during Kwanzaa. So unity. The first night is about unity. Unity means coming together as a family and as a community to better ourselves and the world. Umoja, unity, is the first Ngozi Sabe principle because we must first come together in unity before we can accomplish anything. Some things that you might add to your Kwanzaa celebration is you might sing the Negro National Anthem. Lift every voice and sing. You might have maps of Africa, the continent, of the 54 countries specifically, and even the world, because the African diaspora, the scattering of African people, are literally in every continent of the world, all 7 continents. In South America, you find them specifically in Brazil, Venezuela, Suriname, Argentina, Ecuador. North America, you find them in the U.S. and in Canada, 45 million. In the Caribbean, Haiti was the first sovereign country formed by those who had broken themselves free from the chains of slavery. You find them in Jamaica, Cuba, Trinidad, Tobago, where my godmother is from, Grenada. In Europe, you find them in France, Spain, Italy, Germany, United Kingdom, over 8 million. You find them in the Middle East. You find them in Latin America, Australia, and even Russia has about 1 million people of the African diaspora. So we could celebrate the history of every country and know that we are also celebrating African history. You might add other elements that your family enjoys, and then at the end you want to come back together and you want to thank the ancestors for joining you, whose blood flows through our veins, upon whose shoulders we stand, and whose vision we fulfill. And ask them to bless you now and forever with Umoja, unity.